Hey everyone, it's your boy Rob Dog. Welcome to my house of music. And today, it's been so long since I've actually been behind the camera. I'm so happy to be back here. And I wish I could have gotten to this sooner, but for a variety of reasons, I wasn't able to get to this. It's been out for almost a week at this point, and it's been out for long enough where I'm getting around to it right when Vanisher has a freaking release date. It's Monday. And then apparently Tyler's surprise dropping. Oh yeah, and then in the midst of all of that, my Fantano's 10 series just got one episode longer. Thank you so much, Tony. But anyway, all that being said, that is for future me to worry about. For now, we have got a behemoth of a record to get through. That, of course, being the highly anticipated Vylet Pony follow-up record, Love and Ponystep. Now, from my impressions of it, from what Vylet herself has said, where the previous one, Monarch of Monsters, drew a lot from her Swan's inspiration, this one will draw more from her other two main inspirations, those being Kesha and especially Skrillex. It's in the title. What can I say? Oh, you can't see the cursor, but I'm drawing. Trust me, I am moving the cursor under it. It's in the title. But yeah, we got. I'm not gonna get too much into introduction. We already got. We have 21 tracks. We have a 10-minute track near the end. We got an 8-minute track here. I think I saw another 8-minute, almost 9-minute track near the start. Let's just... I don't need to be talking anymore. Let's just get into this.
Does it piss you off when I sound like this? Your anger makes it all worth it.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
Let me do the selfie. 92.7 The Creek.
Dr. Turtle in the nature.
Equestria's hottest station, now in Feather Dance's world.
Our whole team at Ear Crush is rocking out to this track.
Call our number at 328 to get a word in.
Reclo, why did you crash the locust mobile?
Huntress, it was a calculated risk.
And here, it's all about the game. And now announcing Lodestar.
Okay, that first track is definitely was a hell of a way to kind of get you into the mood of this album. It feels like it's gonna make more sense as the track list goes on than it does right now. So, I don't have any commentary on the track other than let me just go over how it sounded. So obviously that was just that was pretty straightforward, bro / dubsteppy. You're getting a lot. I'm getting a lot of callback to oh my god, why am I blanking on the name? What? Girls Who Are Wizards. It definitely feels like something that could have fit on Girls Who Are Wizards, and I like how it's all put together. The drops are both done pretty good. The build-ups are all both pretty nice. I've already said EDM isn't exactly my style, but this is definitely the Vylet always makes Vylet's EDM is always something that even at worst it's if I have to listen to some put something like this on. So in other words, even though it doesn't get a like, it still makes its way into the penthouse. And yeah, good start. Okay, now next one we got also the little radio outro thing. I get Vylet being Vylet. I love it. I'm here for that. Alright, next track, the Heartbreak intro. So I guess, again, I'm sure it'll make more sense as it goes.
These crossroads are all too familiar, aren't they? Top 5 videos. Twixt the ethereal paranoia and the sear of reality, we kneel at the plateau of 2 fractured halves. This weight is our own. We knew better. Alicorns should know better.
Fuck, man, all these theatrics. Where are you whenever shit's actually happening? We're so screwed. This is what I deserve. It's like fate or whatever.
I'm always here, but in desperation, you perceive me more profoundly. We've been needing to shake things up in our worldviews. I definitely think so. What have we got to lose now?
You're right about that. I don't have anything to lose. I'm just gonna get fucked, man. Nothing matters.
Right, because that has always worked. Vid, you can't just quickscope all of your problems away. Not again.
Oh, man, fucking watch me. Good chat. I got shit to do.
The hard way is still a way. Suppose then that this is the way. Let the music never stop. No.
Oh, he said it! Oh my god. He said it. Oh my lord. It took me a few seconds to realize. Oh, I forget. I know Vylet getting Linville Brown on the track list was a big deal. I remembered seeing that. I'd forgotten that it was a thing until that track came up. I'm oh my god, oh yeah, I swear to God, I'm going to be so embarrassed in editing whenever I look back and edit in. Yeah, this is what he did. But right now in the moment, I'm totally forgetting. But that was That was just so cool. Yes, it's just like a little interlude intro kind of thing, but that, okay, there we go. Ugh. I mean, Penthouse, I don't know if I'm gonna actually rate that, but it definitely adds to it. Yes. Okay, and then here we go, the big single. I actually haven't heard this one yet, and once this is over, I'll probably check. I haven't checked out the music video yet either. I'll probably check it out whenever I'm done listening to this at some point this afternoon, tonight. Let's get into it.
Be advised, hostile Lodestar inbound.
One shot, one kill, fuck a reload. Scream, pick your heart out of behold. I'm in love with the thought of you. Toss a frag to the sky, let your aim be true. Yeah, baby, in the war zone, I'm not liking your tone. RPG, the fibers of your heart. Baby, pull me close and tell me I'm not going crazy. I knew I was right about it all.
Deadly force is authorized.
My love is like quicksand. I got you in my sights. Don't see for trick shots. I'm falling from great heights. I don't wanna be a father, but you make me feel so high. Do you even wanna know me? Do you even wanna know me? I'm really switching sides.
All about the game.
Don't have regrets, control this fast. I'm a bitch and I'm hard to get. 5-0-88, get the fuck out my way. The little bitch wouldn't jump on that nade. Right now, I don't care about the body count. Right now, I don't care who I put in the ground. Right now, got your emulation smile for you, because you'll join them when we're done. What? Feeling alive with those vacant eyes. I'm doing the time with every sign. You won't know I tried, 'cause I'll be out of sight. My love is like quicksand. I got you in my sights. Don't see for trick shots. I'm falling from great heights. I don't wanna be a father, but you make me feel so high. Do you even wanna know me? Do you even wanna know me? I'm really switching sides. I just dropped a 25 and I'm calling it in. Won't be one of us when I'm pulling the pin. Fuck the gentleman's rule, I only play to win. This one's for the girls, let the record spin. Can I really be? You don't know what this means to me. Bullet casings buried deep, spreading leaves you won't see. Blood rush in my cheeks, searing heat from the make-believe. Speaking in leaves, so you know to catch the feeling. My love is like quicksand. I got you in my sights. Don't see for trick shots. I'm falling from great heights. I don't wanna be a father, but you make me feel so high. Do you even wanna know me? Do you even wanna know me? I'm really switching sides.
One word, peak. One word, peak. Like that. I feel out of practice since it's been so long since I've done this. So let me try to put words to My Love Is a Quick Scope. I mean, first of all, obviously set up beautifully with Linville Brown's voice and the little that fun little back and forth. But I mean, for the song itself, it's like it's just fun. It's perfect camp. Because it's not trying to be camp. Like, it is, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like it is in the sense that it's treading on a lot of styles that overarch with generally with camp, but yet it doesn't feel like it's putting effort in to do it. It just is, and there's something so freaking beautiful about that. I love it. You know what? Yes, it is in the VIP. All right, next track.
We're being dominated. Go on the aggression.
Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Dummy, so this is the way.
Yeah, you don't see the bottom till you hit it. Thinks you're tired, that shit ain't fitted. Broken bitch, broken heart. Oh my code, it's been a minute. Bouncing on that Betty, attacking sir, just hold me steady. Hop in the pony, sacrifice. Are you ready? Double-headed hydronoid, double-faced paranoid. Push you down and flip a coin. I'm your master, I'm your toy. Paralyzed, the sacrifice, taking the fights, yeah. Double kill, psych. Ursula's on that ride.
Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Dummy, so this is the way.
Versace, there's ponies that watch me when I'm going sloppy. E4, E5, down up my alley. I'm taking the Talis in Paradise Alley. Versace, but this head on me like I'll be your mom. Turn you to stone like a bug in the kid. I'll be gunning you down and I don't give a shit. Put a bitch in bed. 1 trillion G's, gonna drop the feds. ACAB, put that B in a shed. Bag here with a gap.
Eat salad, yeah.
Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Dummy, so this is the way. Hop in the Vylet Pony, getting the quick scopes. Hop in the Vylet Pony, playing with the boss.
I'm on top of my shit when I'm at the lowest. Something about the game, maybe I should know this. But I'm hot like Pyrus, I'm crunk like Tiberius. So great and powerful, we got magic inside us. Blue-headed hydronoid, this one's not for the boys. Ring the gold and lay it up, just setting up you really suck. So just get to hop in for the dance on your sins. Every single head spins, break the neck and the grin. Where do you think that I've been, bitch? Hop the pony in, do it for the win. Hop the pony in, do it for the win.
This hypocrisy is calculated. Fuck your bitch and juice it out. This game is rated. Head for every face, every taste, every cell, favorite phrase, self-engraved. Try it out, babe. Put a stomp in that ring of fame. I don't give a fuck, got a shade. Silly boys, I'm fully brave. Yeah, I'm masquerading that ball. 3 to 8 on that thrall. Pouring shots in the hall. I fuck your red and that's all. Hop in the lobby. I'm not taking pictures, I'm calling your mommy. Put you on salad 100% in the bitch, cause we're still modern talking.
Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Dummy, so this is the way. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Up in the pony, bring out the juicer. Dummy, so this is the way.
Oh my god, yes. That last one, it's so goofy that it's amazing. That's how I would summarize it. It is so goofy, it's amazing. First of all, oh my god, when she definitely previewed this sample being on here, because I remember the tweet she made about it. And I was like, it didn't click with me that was what was going on. I was just like, ooh, Ches reference. And I said something about Hikaru, and Violet actually like responded like, "Wait," like, she thought she'd like fucked it up or something. No, Violet, you're good. But hold on. Also, side note: if you are gonna incorporate Hikaru into your next album, Chad, I literally don't care. I don't care. There's your little audio cue. All right, but anyway, it's so goofy. I do kind of wish I had lyrics, because low key sounded like Nami was spazzing on her part over that. But you know, I'm the king of missing lyrics, so I would need to go back and review the tape. But it like just misses out on the VIP, but so in the penthouse. It is so in the penthouse. All right. Oh, worst rave ever. I have heard rave reviews about this track.
Let's go, fun! U3 Productions presents a Lucario Pictures original movie.
Worst rave ever.
Hardcore. Search and destroy.
Sleeping in the finest beds in Equestria. AJD and some bass by that flank. And it's not that serious. It's not that serious. And the best shit really makes you wince. You can still fuck it up at the worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. You can shake that tail at the worst rave ever and ever and ever. You can get down low at the worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. You can be like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Whatever.
Rest in peace, musicians of Ponyville.
Start down on the drugs, every pony get crunk. Silly boy thinks a fag wanna fire. I don't wanna waste my time. I don't wanna waste my time with the straight guys. I'm getting a call, it's your ex-girl, and she want it all. And I got bits on bits, I'll take your bitch to the mall. Alicorn on the floor, say what? Pony up, bitch, pony up. If you're not up to get down, you can stick to the boys when we hit the town. I've been popping bottles, put some sparkles in my lane. Wait, okay, did you seriously just do that? You can still fuck it up at the worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. You can shake that tail at the worst rave ever and ever and ever. You can get down low at the worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. You can be like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Whatever.
It's all about the game. I have a bomb.
Disco weapon. You are watching a masterwork.
Final.
I can feel it in my hips, I can feel it in my eye. Feel like hot, feel like hot. She don't want an alicorn girlfriend. Her loss, her loss. Little trapped on the main street. Running kinda loud, come and see me. Magic bitch like Trixie. First you gotta get me tipsy. She want me to sign that blank. I'm flattered, babe. Bitch, better go call that bank. She don't know I'm a fiend on that thing. Just ask her ex-girl what she want. Here's what she said. She want videos, videos, videos on the top. You can still fuck it up at the worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. You can shake that tail at the worst rave ever and ever and ever. You can get down low at the worst rave ever. Worst rave ever. You can be like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Whatever.
That actually happened to a treacherous friend of mine.
So we're already extra happy.
Our whole team at Ear Crush is rocking out to this track.
This is just on a win streak right now. I mean, obviously, like, yeah, this is going in the penthouse. Let's see, which song's more goofy? Worst rave ever or dual-headed hydronoid? Probably worst rave ever. So yeah, definitely so far that like this first chapter of LPS is definitely like obviously I think there's going to be elements of both in every part of this, but this one definitely leans a little more on the Kesha side of the influence, and hell yeah. I am so ready for more of that, and I'm also ready for how she switches it up. But obviously we got a couple tracks to go till that, starting with about 9 minutes of this. Falling in Love with a Corporate Illustration.
In the Hudson Bay, you know how we do it. Okay, it's just the way.
Be advised, hostile care package inbound.
Yeah, I'm falling in love with the corporate illustration. I'm falling in love with the corporate illustration.
She stares at me from the backseat. Oh, the fear goes up with every heartbeat. You are a daydream of the market's free. So why does every move you make you make me?
You break my heart when you speak in my face. You spark my eye, a fleeting screw in space. You make me cry, you just don't understand what I want. You paint my smile between your heels at once.
Oh baby, you're a thorn in my side. Oh yeah, baby, you're a thorn in my side. Baby, you're a thorn in my side. Oh yeah, baby, you're a thorn in my side.
Been a staple for Bay Area families, but all that is set to change. The San Bruno Mall was recently bought by a Los Angeles-based
Oh, push me down, call it in. You know my every sin, babe. You take my breath away, you take my privacy. We evolved just to spend, we informed everything all for you. Where do I draw the line, even in your design, babe? All of your friends are fine, fantasy in your eyes. How do you keep me tight, keeping us on the night together?
Nintendo, don't you even consider making the service you have right now paid? It is garbage, trash. It's so bad, man.
You could just be me. Baby, won't you listen? You're a figment of the space. Dream inside a dream within a plastic.
I just can't live without you, but you saved everything over me.
Play for me. Oh, baby, you're a thorn in my side. Oh, yeah. Baby, you're a thorn in my side.
the experts are saying.
Copyright law killed my sister, okay? Abolish copyright law.
I support copyright infringement.
Prepare to be boarded.
Take everything you spit out. My own machination. Coming to a sinking ship. Nobody's gonna miss it. They appropriated this way the treasure. Plundering their archaic measures. Fall in love with a corporal bitch so you can take everything from his corpse and split ya.
Got you sharpened blades right true. Got the black gun over you. And when we're finally through, it'll be as the world runs new. One night is all I ask. Show me everything in the bag. One man shouldn't have all that. We can take it all away like that.
She lays lifeless at the altar. I paid my dues, now I won't save her. She was a nightmare filled by waking. So why do I feel bitter to be happy?
Let me see those hands. Let me see those hands. Yeah. Everyone do this one more time. Please, let me hear you. I know this nostalgia's my weakness, but I'll keep fighting even though I'm still falling in love with the corporate illustration.
Okay, so I think that's a good point to pause it at. So I think falling in love with a corporate illustration, I think it really does carry that runtime very well. First of all, I mean, when a song's like 9 minutes long, you need to be able to do some things with it to really keep you in, or it's got to be like just straight up peak on peak throughout, or both. And I really think this one I would say does both and definitely does the first. The multiple drops throughout, in one song, it goes through so many different, styles and genres and stuff. Like that, it is such a progressing, changing, ever evolving piece of work and art that it really does carry that runtime. And there's multiple really fun points throughout. Whether it's the different different voices that come throughout, vocal effects. I always love some people would hear this, and then whenever something Hooves or Pony comes up, and they're reminded, oh yeah, this is a My Little Pony experience. That some people are trying to wait for that. Me, bring it on, baby. But anyway, in terms of rating this track, I think we've got another one in the VIP. Again, this chapter 1 so far has been on a big W streak. And we got one more track to go. Wonka X Howl. I guess Wolf's going to be somewhere in this. Did I say that right? Whatever. Y'all can correct me below. I think I did, but I'm not confident.
Baby, I've got something on my mind. I don't really miss you anymore. Yeah, love stories write themselves. I'ma bet you for what? It's beauty in the fables on the tops of every table. And sometimes it gets me good.
Whoa, hey guys, I'll be back. Whoa, you blocked me on Facebook, and now
we've taken control.
Now I'm picking stars that the world is a garden. That the world is a garden. It's all you're my everything. It's all you're my everything. 'Cause we are never ever going back. Don't take this from me. Some days it's all I have. 'Cause I wouldn't know what to do. 'Cause the guys gotta kiss too. When you think it's silly and it's really not, you can find fate in the hearts of splash. Put it all together and what do you got? Story of my life.
it's about playing the game. 'Cause at the end of the day, Calhoun, it's all about the
I've been drunk, I've been late, I've been loved before. It really isn't all that. It's killer shit, you need it like bitch, my bad.
gays are good at drama.
Set 'em up on a monthly update. What is my desire? Is it him, is it he, or who will it be this time? Ooh, we could have the castle and one could wear the hat, and they could have ties to match. And I could be the player and I could play the game. Bitch, I'm fine with scratch.
This scary girl isn't in it for the fame. This scary girl doesn't got her head in the game.
'Cause I wouldn't know what to do. 'Cause the guys gotta kiss too. When you think it's silly and it's really not, you can find fate in the hearts of scars. Put it all together and what do you got? Story of my life.
To me, it's all music and it's all one expression and it all has different names. Purely fucking gangster radio.
Waking up on a Monday, 6 p.m. Passed out on a drink again. I think you and my friends should hang out on the weekend. How do you make real friends when you're out of class and the workday ends? I found myself good
Okay, so that comes to the end of that song. That one was pretty good too, although I would probably say that is my least favorite of the Chapter 1 tracks. But, that's not a slight against it. It does still end up in the penthouse. But, it kind of... How do I say it? It was, sweet at points. It also kind of tied the story together the best. The Heartbreak intro did kind of, set up that, I guess our character in this is Angel. Again, I'm not very good at following the whole Vylet Pony cinematic universe. The previous record, it was a lot more clear, what was going on with Wolf and Arya the Huntress and all that. But here, it's not as clear for me. Again, for now, I'm just going to assume that the character we're going off of is Angel. And clearly in this Chapter 1, Angel is, going through some heartbreak, trying to bounce back. And, this conclusion kind of leaves me feeling that she kind of found it, but not really. Now, I could be misinterpreting that. My first listen of Monarch, I did misinterpret at least the end of that. But, but that's kind of the sense I get here. And now for the song itself, Wonka X Howl, it still, it was still good. It still did a few things, but, it felt a little more empty than the other tracks in Chapter 1. That's just to my ears. That's just my opinion. But, it definitely did the least for me out of those Chapter 1 tracks. But, still enjoyed it. Still makes its way in the penthouse. So, alright, let's go down. Starting with Chapter 2. Time to play the game.
The sharp pangs of overindulgence splinter your very being, Vid. Even when you're in the moment, there is no endearment or joy in your excursions. You crave for a sincere, candid love, which is not reciprocated against this florid heart. We both know this. We overflow with this love, with nowhere to put it. And now, it is not dissimilar from when Dub was still...
God, I look like shit right now, dude.
Yeah, man. Totally shit. But I wasn't going to say it. That one, you didn't need me for.
Do I, need you for anything? Because, right now, you're being a killjoy.
You do. And, to be honest, there is very little joy to kill at all, right now. Self-preservation is always necessary. You feel like shit. Naturally, you don't want to feel like shit.
I don't...
It's an equation.
I don't, really do equations, though, dude.
Lid. Gwyneth.
Oh, my God.
All of this is the game. It's all about the game. The game is all about the players. To play, you have to remember yourself. And you can start by wiping yourself off.
Oh, here we go.
Take a shower. Get sober.
Okay.
And...
Alright, I'm what? Stop letting that Lilliburn bitch hit.
It is a confusing time for us. We both know that projection doesn't make it any less confusing. In order
to... You know what? Tough shit, man. We've got a date. A prom even. So, peace.
Very few rounds remain in the magazine of the proverbial sniper rifle. Precision jackets of lead alloy sparkle in their nest, awaiting their targets. But a sniper with no targets and a sniper with no rounds left can make no trick shots. And when it's all about the game, switching to your sidearm isn't actually faster. Truly, a woman must polish a weapon to see a reflection first. Then, try again.
Okay, so first of all, clearly I was wrong about who the character was. Okay. I forget the backstory, but Gwyneth is well established in the Vylet Pony cinematic universe. But yeah, once again, cool ass interlude leading into chapter 2. Let's see how this goes, because I don't remember if this webpunk track was one of the singles, but it might have been.
The magic isn't dead quite yet. The spirit is forever, even if they don't like it. Needle in a haystack cuts a bitch up. Bruises and scrapes make that podcast point. Shut
up! Bring out the juicer to sing about a happy life.
If he's got a suitcase, make him walk the plank. If he leaves a trace, step back, because we're gonna party on the grave of a CEO, yeah. Kiss me over fat pizza, download that. Revolution in a zip file, baby. Take it all back from the net, though, babies. Plant seed, retry, then do it again. Copy, paste, archive, and send to your friends. He can catch us all, catch us all, catch us all. We gon' take the fall, take the fall, take the fall.
The music never stops, no!
Baby, you know everything they can't stand. These beats could kill, so strike up the band. Pony rocking right on top of their land.
We've been hacked.
Shake that. And it's all so arbitrary, taking back the ordinary, replant the old oak library.
It's fun. We're gonna party on the grave of a CEO, yeah. Kiss me over fat pizza, download that. Revolution in a zip file, baby. Take it all back from the net, though, babies. Plant seed, retry, then do it again. Copy, paste, archive, and send to your friends. He can catch us all, catch us all, catch us all. We gon' take the fall, take the fall, take the fall.
Piracy sometimes is necessary for temporary moments. Sometimes you legit just don't have the money.
There's an internet sickness and it came from the shore. Guess some ponies gotta be a corporate whore. I don't know where to start, but I know where we end. The sound of revolutions and the magic of friends. DIY is everything. When the world is chrome, patch your heart with a string. Baby punk is the girl who remembers to bleed. When you're dancing with yourself in the face of greed.
Grocery store. Gonna party on the grave of a CEO, yeah. Kiss me over fat pizza, download that. Revolution in a zip file, baby. Take it all back from the net, though, babies. Plant seed, retry, then do it again. Copy, paste, archive, and send to your friends. He can catch us all, catch us all, catch us all. We gon' take the fall, take the fall, take the fall. Yeah, baby. Shelly, do you want to hop on this next one?
Okay, so while they're setting that one up, and yes, I am Shelly has a special place in my heart, but we will get into that on the next track. In fact, let me back it up just a few seconds. Okay, but now what did I think of this track, Web Punk? I mean, first of all, I mean, come on, y'all heard it, I heard it, y'all heard the stab throughout that kind of sounded like TikTok. I'm not the only one who heard that, right? I'm not the only one who heard that, right? The interpolation. I'm not the only one who heard that, right? And I loved it. I mean, it's like, God, I feel like Dory right now trying to remember through everything about the track other than that. I mean, from what I am remembering, there was definitely, this kind of sweet sentiment about, like, picking up the pieces. I feel like I'm butchering that part of it, but, like, I mean, again, this is a first listen, but so I'll definitely, get it. I'll probably get it, whenever I go back to it, because, I mean, maybe I won't go back to the whole thing, because your boy don't have an hour and a half very often, but, as I'm, listening, like, because I feel like this Web Punk's going to be one of the tracks I return to. I feel like I'll get it better then, and, it definitely was like, it's another one that's definitely on the, like, poppy side, but also at the same time, like, there was the drop that came in kind of out of nowhere, definitely spiced it up. But overall, really enjoyed that one. It's in the penthouse, very solidly so. And yeah, it's Shelly time.
Yeah, baby. Shelly, do you want to hop on this next one? Alright, let's do it.
You know what gaming's really about, Brian? Boom. It's all about the game.
Be advised, hostiles have captured our flag.
Our music never stops, no.
Do you remember me? You take me a dream to be your memory. I know one fair. I know one right there.
I know you took it and I'll never forget. I know your face but I don't know your bed. I know it really doesn't matter to you.
I know you somehow.
You know how we do it.
Soft player ghost and I DJ.
my smile. Every paradise found is a memory defiled. When one held toward the space between, orchestrating and tangling, void every obstruction, left just pierced waves.
Okay, first of all, crossfade must be doing wonders there, but it that sounds like a hell of a transition. But okay, so peace, love, Glail, and in some Glaily, whatever that is, I'm butchering it. And in 2009, somebody stole my HMU card. I hope you got it back. I'm sure you never did. Sag. But anyway, that one was just, classic Shelly the Android Lobster tune. A little goofy, but with enough sincerity in there to hit you right in the feels. Again, there's not been a Shelly the Android Lobster song that has missed yet that I've listened to date. So, obviously, yes, it is in the penthouse. And yeah, so hold on. I'm actually going to go back to that one. I want to see if there's an actual transition there or not.
Obstruction left just pierced waves. Between our jaded eyes, we're undone together as our breath now intertwines. The threads we strung untethered. And I feel so just to hold you till day breaks our only dance. No, this isn't forever, but forever's in your eyes. It's tight lines of life just behind. Where once I believed in true love lays the nest of a digital dove. And at once this will all be over. Between our running up, where once I believed in forever, lay pieces of life held together by smiles that Nothing matters till you tell. Reality is under your spell. I believed in true love. I realized it don't matter, 'cause one day it'll all be over, and you'll still be okay.
本当はね、不安だったんだ。駆け落ちして結婚なんてうまくいくはずないんじゃないかって。でもちょっとだけ夢が見てみたかった。
Okay, so the slow dance. What did I think of that one? I mean, so that, first of all, story-wise, I mean, it seems like Gwen is really coming to, like, you know, not, like, sort of finally starting to settle down, it seems, you know. It's come down from all that, you know, like, it's not like the anguish and heartbreak are gone, it's just she's handling it better. And as for the music itself, I mean, you know, that one was, you know, as the title kind of suggests, it was a little slower, it was a little more subdued. You know, it was nice. You know, it's not something I'd come back to super often, but, you know, it was definitely nice, especially in the full album experience. And that's why Vylet, you still have not missed yet. This is going in the penthouse. You have not missed. Alright. Let's see. Up next, Comet Catcher and the Reek Fish. I wonder why it's a reek fish.
If you've had enough of that, like those experiences happen where, you know, you feel like, oh, something's wrong with me, or
Perimeter sailed. Bringing you home.
I feel like mending that, like unifying the parts of myself has been like a huge thing. Bringing in these other parts of me that I have actually like, that I rejected, and like bringing them back in and being like, no, like, you're okay.
They say the war is over. My war ends with you.
In the nest we had laid, our innocence marred. You watch from the mirror as we make love to the stars. Phantom, now hear me. Oh, first of the
exiled from the earth. We'll figure it out from one goal in sight.
Are you recording?
Everything comes back to you. Wasn't it obvious? Hook inside my mouth for you. What was the point of it? Oh, maybe we're just the same. Refish dust and flames.
Thirsty red, wasn't it obvious? Casting a line too far, what was the point of it? Now we've really done it this time. Feels cold for any crime.
Okay, are you recording? Break this.
And like, you know, up until that point was just like really beating myself up all the time about a lot of stuff and allowing other people to do it too.
Wow. Okay, that that was a hell of a progression on that track. I mean, I thought, okay, this is gonna be, you know, another nice slow track, and you know, after that intro, because I mean, it really took its time for the first couple minutes of that track. Like, to the point where when it started building up, I didn't notice that at first. But it was about a couple minutes in, it did kind of start picking up all the way to that, you know, to that drop, which was pretty nice. Although, what I really want to talk about here is the outro, because I know there was at least one song during Monarch of Monsters that, you know, I made the census designated comparison to, and I'm going to bust out that comparison again, specifically the title track, because on that outro, if you've ever heard like census designated, like there's a few tracks that do it where the outro just goes all berserk, and you know, there's like noise coming from, like, it feels like 3 different places plus 3 more, and you know, it's all chaotic, but it's like controlled chaos. And that's kind of the feeling I got from that outro there. That I think that really took the track over the top for me, and put something that for the most part would have just, you know, gotten into the penthouse just fine, but not any further. It doesn't quite sneak it into VIP, but God, it's close. It's close. Ugh. All right. Let's see. And now, lightning bolt. Dang, what a hell of a track to end the chapter 2 section on. I mean, Lightning Bolt, first of all, I mean, the end of Comet Catcher and the whole of Lightning Bolt was kind of a jolt of energy that, at least for me, was definitely, like, you know, needed at that juncture in the album. Because, you know, like, chapter 1 was, you know, plenty upbeat enough, but, you know, as it started to wear on, you know, some of the slower tracks, I thought I was going to have to take a break mid-recording, I'm not going to lie, but with this last track and a half, I think I'm right back in it. And so the Lightning Bolt, this was just pure, like, whatever you want to call it, like dubstep, brostep, EDM, I mean, whatever other subgenres fit, I'm not as well versed in that. But, I mean, it was just, you know, it's a fitting title, Lightning Bolt. It was pure energy throughout. And, you know, but you know, it wasn't out of control pure energy. It, you know, it had a definite sense of direction to it. And with all that being said, Vylet Pony, hell yeah. That song, Lightning Bolt, Penthouse. Alright, so with that being said, also in terms of chapter 2, seems like, you know, Gwyneth has finally kind of sort of accepted the I love myself idea, but still doesn't quite know what to do with it. I'm hopeful in chapter 3 in seeing, you know, what she does end up doing with it.
Warm tears disappear at once into disheveled shrouds of faded eyeshadow, then slither down your cheeks and into your mouth. Fragrances of bitter salt permeate your labored breaths. You sense, distantly, the gentle embrace of your Pegasus companion.
What do I do, man? What do I do? I've been trying so hard to just get over Dub. What am I missing? I don't understand why this is so hard.
Love is a pain, an endeavor, temporary. But love is necessary and inevitable. The self is permutated by it. Thus, it is necessary to wield it shrewdly.
I just want to love. I don't know what this feeling is. Like, my heart aches. What do I do with it? I'm such a bitch.
Understand this, and this above all other things. Before you can truly love anyone else, before you can fall in love with the world itself, you must love yourself first.
How the fuck do I love myself if I'm so awful?
Your conscious experience is filtered through your brain, and your brain alone. To dare and ask these questions to yourself indicates a primal desire to be better and to heal. Submerged beneath cynicism and irony, your heart lusts for the ordinary and the sensory. The prickle of the grass beneath your hooves, a distant chatter on a safe day, stifling a giggle with a friend in delight of the absurd. The thrill of the trick shot, the thrill of the game. Everything that you experience is because you have chosen to get up again in service to that will. When you are all that you have, endeavor to be something that you love. Then, love yourself. Nothing else matters. There is absolutely no other way to live. And you must live.
Because it ends up hurting everyone around me when I'm so mean to myself. I don't need to be. It's like I live in my own world. So I have to love myself because...
Nothing truly matters until you decide that it does. And baby, does it feel good to love yourself? You must only allow yourself that freedom.
Because my own mind creates the world. It's all about the game because I make the rules.
Yes. And it has always been this way.
And to love myself, I don't have to win. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to keep going. I have to make new rules. And I must keep changing.
Oh, okay, so I jumped the shark a little bit, but we're getting there, Okay. I love what she's done with these interludes, these chapter intros. On a side note, I love what Violet's done with these. No further words needed.
Be brave.
Oh, you know what my favorite food is?
If I'm the clown of the book.
That's fucking good, but like, what I was going through my head is like, how did
Holy waves of solstice to try the river's tears, knelt beneath the ripples, to eyes once some I'm just a scary girl you loved anyway. But more fool me.
Have a good time, man. Have some fun. Having fun is okay. Get some love in your life, whether that be another person or just loving yourself, man. Love is good.
Taped to the wall. Now a stranger as on I scream at the painting. The house falls so silent beneath shells meant for me to love all of me, to behold this spike is that seed I must sow in this holy light. And there he stood, my petals falling. How shameful I thought as we danced and danced for the first time in a million fears. I remembered your smile. This all began with me, unforming the comets and lilies as sacred as they, as you would always say. Would that I had stopped to realize I was walking beside a dragonfly. An earthly flicker, a world and a life in its secrets. How could I close my eyes in twilight and forget to have met in a garden?
Keep pressing the fight. Don't quit now.
Music
Okay, there we go. So, okay. Walking beside a dragonfly. Now, what did I think of that one? Now, I think that, like, that outro, that ending part, that lasts about 2 minutes or so, really good. Vintage Vylet Pony. Just exactly everything you could have hoped for from her. Yeah, everything you could have hoped for the outro of a track this long. Unfortunately, a lot of the lead up, at least for me, did leave something to be desired. And I kind of understand how, in terms of, for the story, because even though I didn't, put together all the pieces of what it was, doing for the story, like, I get that kind of really did feel like just talking about this, the whole overarching narrative. It did feel like you're finally reaching that turning point. Once Violet kind of between the silence and then Violet started singing, but like in terms of just musically, I mean, it still sneaks its way into the penthouse, but like it definitely doesn't carry its runtime as well as it could have. It definitely my lowest rated of the longer Vylet Pony tracks I've heard so far in her catalog, unfortunately. Which, still means pretty good, because, she hasn't really missed on those yet, but definitely at the bottom of that totem pole. Alright. Let's go.
Let's try again.
Good job, Vid. Stand by for further orders.
It's time for your next adventure. I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow. How exciting.
It started as a joke, now it's everything. Center of attention, paying all of me. Pay no mind, it was once a silly dream to think I could be taken seriously. Well, I stopped being homesick and I made some real friends. Still, I don't know who I'm supposed to be. How exciting to be me. Always the fool. Thought they'd keep laughing at every song. Please look at me and don't smile. I know what I said for, but we're not getting younger and I'm twice the age I was when I had my first dance. I traded my kaleidoscope for a spyglass and wondered what could be. To live a life of harmony and learn to love again. The music never stops now. The music never stops now. The music never stops now. The music never stops, never stops now. Party!
Hold on, let me. Okay, there we go. Okay, so for Jester, that one was probably my favorite so far of the slower, sweeter tracks that have showed up on this album. It definitely, definitely my favorite. Also, my favorite of the chill drops so far. I mean, probably the second one most of all, but like definitely loved all three. And I mean, really just first of all, really carries the water for carrying forward the story. Kind of themes of, like, from what I could tell, a little bit of perceiving yourself as a joke, and then learning to unlearn that, but still like just not carrying on like too seriously. I mean, at least that's what I got from it. And overall, just nice track. Penthouse.
You hear any Rollercoaster, son?
Why are the kiddies in the town scared of the top 5 videos? Because this pony became the Crunky champion.
All flags secured. Maintain current posture.
Golden lights with the rain as I fell into the creek. Went into the water just to see if I sink. The riptide zeroed, whole flash of my bones. Caught the heavens, one strike brings me home. Sun in the garden, the angels declare. Naked as a serpent, as she lights her flare. I traded my possessions for my diary. Now I'm sipping wine by the kitchen sink. now we're way past dead. 'Cause the world fits in my house, in my house, in my house. 'Cause I love the ancient truth, ancient truth, ancient truth.
God dang it, she did it again with the outro. She did it again, going crazy with the outro. And I'm all here for it. Now, Live, Laugh, Love 2. That was just another ride of pure energy from start to finish. You know, obviously, a couple of drops here and there, a couple of switches in the drops that, just all come together for, probably one of my favorite tracks on here. Definitely my favorite one of the Chapter 3 ones with one to go. We'll see. But so far it's looking like it. And yeah, that one is in the penthouse, like about 4 or 5 steps outside the VIP.
To be drowning in love for yourself is to offer your heart to the earth. All God's creatures leaving friends alike. To behold your reflection is to hold all of life.
Vanilla Coke, I drink that. Welcome, I read that. Dash Records, I listen to that.
Yes, everything can be right as rain when you listen to the dragonfly. You don't have to smile, and even if you cry, there's still a heart inside. And it might not get much easier,
Yet acceptance doesn't mean defeat.
still I come out each time as stronger. Oh feel.
Hold on. Actually, even though I do want to rate it with the outro, I actually want to let it cook into the next one. Well, the next one being an interlude, of course. But with that being said, Digital Flower Field. I mean, what a sweet track. Could I say what a sweet track on the back end of this album. It really just wraps together the sentiment of everything coming home, for the story. The group saying, "You know how we do it." I love it. I loved all of it. I loved all of it. And it felt like every little element of this album so far, even though there's a few tracks on here that sprinkle a little bit of everything. This one I feel like especially does that, and does that probably the best so far, which is why it's in the penthouse 2 or 3 steps outside the VIP, which I think means it surpassed Live Laugh Love 2. Yep, I did speak too soon. It is what it is. Whatever. Okay, end of the interlude, and then the final 2.
You feel your snout crease as your lips arch upwards, maintained by a subtle tension of facial muscles. A smile.
It all feels like it should have been so obvious to me. We're back together, but now it's like I've changed so much. Everything's changed so much. There's still things about myself I need to change, but just have to be gentle to myself.
To be gentle and to be kind. This is the way. Yet the paths we seek do not, in turn, seek us. Thus, nothing is obvious without having already walked these roads.
I love me. It's not easy, but I feel excited to continue to choose who I am. I wouldn't want to be anyone else.
No one is cool enough to be us anyway. Self-love is a war not won by trick shots, but by dancing on your own. All is beautiful in the game we create. All is fair in love and Ponystep.
He said the thing. He said the thing. All right. I mean, not going to dwell on that one too long, but hell yeah. I'm so glad you got Linville on this. I'm so glad she managed to pull that off. All right, anyway. Let's get into it. Love and Ponystep, and then we will listen to the bonus track and we'll include it in the experience.
This tune is brought to you by Darkest Percival 95.
The Huntress watches.
In a past life, I still had red eyes, seeking a paradise that was never mine. In another life, I fell into the skies. Wilted egos tricked me into trying to fly. Yet another life, beauty is full of strife. As a garden burns, so did I. Now a new life, who will I be this time? I taste the comet, strikes a smile.
Take me back in time to the past as the clouds depart below me. A dewdrop kiss the grass in a time before memory, a time for the truth. Oh, forge the scattered petals and tear a scar in the roots.
So many opportunities to do cool stuff like that just because I was too scared.
And now for something completely gay, Louis.
This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
We shall not falter in the face of We shall not falter in the face of fear.
Videos at your door, videos got your hands up with a Glock, holding up the corner store. They see me with a Vitz, greatest hits, put a hit on your shit, throw a fit, your name's at the top of the list, bitch. Topping off at number 5, better get your ass inside if you wanna stay alive. Like, comment, share, don't forget to hit subscribe, make sure to get notified to see these coins arrive. I'm making a list, gotta check it twice, is there something that I missed? We gotta get down to the bottom of this, giving you the best with a flick of the wrist. Tick tock, your time is on the clock, double digits, baby, that's the algorithm stocks. Yeah, baby. SYP in the streets, crude oil in the seas, crude oil in my stomach, crude oil in my knees. I pull up to the Tesco, tell him baby he's a pesto, cause I'm drowning in that green, make it grow like baby presto.
The bones are their money.
What we about to do was the shave on the left side.
It's a haircut, and I decided to do it one day because I was bored, okay?
We're at the end of the line, and bubbles in blue. Get that ass down low when the beat goes boom. Your face is a bitch, come alive, let's hear the fat bass one more time, one more time. Get up, get down, rinse that sound. My DJ gonna break it down. Get up, get down, rinse that sound. My DJ gonna break it down. Get up, get down, rinse that sound. My DJ gonna break it down. Get up, get down, rinse that sound.
Shut the bass.
be gentle, to be kind. This is the way, and this is the game.
Good old Aria coming in to wrap everything together at the end there. To be gentle, to be kind. Is that a Swans reference? Okay, goofiness out the way. So what did I think of that 10-minute experience of a track? I mean, 'cause it was an experience, and it was a damn good one. I mean, it's one that, like, it was pretty electronic all throughout, but, like, it was kind of switching between, you know, styles and a little bit of genre bending here and there. And it was all just one big, beautiful experience of, like, oh yeah, something that happened on this track that I wanted to note on a previous one. The little kind of, like, I love those little, like, rap sections that Vylet Pony does that, like, you know, they're probably inspired from Kesha. I almost guarantee that that's where her direct inspiration comes from. But they also remind me of, like, you know, some stuff that you'd hear from, like, Charlie XCX, especially on, like, Brad a few times. But, you know, on other projects of hers as well, obviously. And, you know, that part's, whenever she's busted that out through the album, it's always been a highlight. It's always been, you know, a really fun switch up. And that was just one thing of many that worked so well with this final 10-minute track there that carried its runtime so dang well. I mean, seriously, in terms of the longer Vylet tracks, I mean, it's gonna take a lot for anything to unseat Wallflower Equation. But Love and Ponystep, I'll say I put it a step right below it. And with that, it gets into VIP by about 2 or 3 steps. It is my favorite track on here, I'd say, in totality. At least that's to my memory at the moment. Let's see. I think it was Worst Rave Ever for like a minute. But I think Worst Rave Ever's finally been dethroned. I could be misremembering, but I think that's the one I had highest rated so far. So with that being said, like I said, we're going to include the bonus track since it's /outro. We'll include that in the experience and then rate the album after.
faded. When the day feels like the night, giggle at the shadow sprites. Raver girl is much too jaded. Scary girl is much too faded. When the day feels like the night, giggle at the shadow sprites.
Music never sus.
Okay, so that definitely felt more bonus tracky than outro-y, but that's fine. It was a fine bonus track for what it was. It's definitely in the penthouse. I'm not going to dwell on it for too long. But yeah, with that being said, yeah. So, Vylet Pony, Lovin' Ponystep. What did I think of that? I mean, so, again, definitely at some points throughout I was feeling the long run time, but it also would always pull me back in whenever I was getting to that point. So, plus for that sometimes, in a sense, that's even more impressive than never feeling the runtime. But it's still not quite as up there. But with that being said, I still thoroughly enjoyed my experience of this album. I mean, shoot. Let me see what the likes ratio is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 out of the 21 listed tracks on here. And 4 of those are interludes, and a 5th one's an outro track. Or bonus track. So that's more like 12 out of 16. That's a pretty good hit rate. And then that's on an album where, even though, for me connecting the bits and pieces, I didn't exactly do a great job at it. It still did feel like, the full album experience and story definitely made the sum greater than the parts, which were already pretty good to begin with. So with that being said, what would I say about the album? In totality, I would say it's in the penthouse and like about 4 or 5 steps outside of the VIP. But still definitely enjoyed it. I mean, yes, that ranks it like, a little bit below Monarch of Monsters, but I definitely, I also could definitely see the kind of person who, would like this more than Monarch, and, it's definitely, it's definitely like, no shade to those kind of people. Y'all are great. Y'all are great. I love y'all. And so, with that being said, but with that being said, sing a song about life. And, of course, as always, thank you for watching. If you are still watching at this juncture, you are a legend, and I mean every word of that. We are at 2 hours and 15 minutes in. I'm surprised I didn't take a break. But, of course, don't forget, to hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that bell, leave a comment. And of course, as always, thank you for coming to My House Music. Stay a while.